their parents were attorneys, and you know their father speaks very well, but yet that person may not have that tool of being able to communicate, or whatever it is. So I mean, that's something that is extremely important for us to understand. I mean, there's other tools I would recommend as well: astrology, numerology, a lot of the sciences that the conventional science would call pseudoscience, because basically they want to drive you away from that. Number one, because you can learn about yourself. Number two, because you can learn about other people, and obviously they don't want you to know that, because they don't want you to see who they are. I mean, the first thing, Joseph, let me bring him in, that the gurus tell you is, don't waste your time with that nonsense of astrology, numerology, and human design, because you know that's all garbage. Because perhaps, or the tarot cards, because they know that if you understand these tools and you apply them correctly, you would know about themselves, and know that they're committing fraud and creating things that are just a lie just to get your money. But let's get back to Joseph. Joseph, now you have this. We have Sandra's chart up again. Yes.
Yes, and you brought up some good points. I'll come back with you at the end, because I really like what you said, and I want to.
Yes, Joseph, I have a question. I have a question.
Some of that, but while we've got Sandra's chart up here, what I'm showing everybody is you take these numbers and you just put them into the web browser, and you get a selection of responses to choose from. So here's an I Ching reading about number 52. And if you don't know what the I Ching is, I highly recommend you look up the letter I, space C-H-I-N-G, I Ching or I Ching, and become familiar with the I Ching. It's a tool that will help you find some wisdom. It's a book that's over 5,000 years old, and it has some really good stuff in it. And those numbers on our charts correspond to the ancient I Ching. So during the reading with Sandra, I would say, look, your sun sign is all about keeping still, the mountain. We would talk about what does this diagram, this symbol mean for her. And if we didn't feel comfortable with this version, I could show her another version of the I Ching. There's as many versions of the I Ching as there are of the Bible. It's just a matter of which one you're comfortable. During the readings, I usually use a version of the I Ching that matches the person whose chart I'm looking at. And this person, Sandra, can take a lot of information in. So I would probably use the long form of the I Ching, because this is a person who really can absorb like a sponge a lot of stuff very quickly. But if I was working with somebody whose chart had a head full of knowledge and they already had a bunch of stuff in their head, like this person's chart, I probably wouldn't use the long version. Because when a person's head is filled in like this, they're here to give information to planet Earth. And for them to receive and put knowledge into their head, oh, it's a little bit difficult and laborious. You know, they say the teachers are the hardest ones to teach, and it's because they've got a bunch of stuff in their heads already.
Joseph, I have a question. I have a question regarding Sandra's chart. So you would say she's very intuitive, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now she's the white spaces on the in the heart, the throat, in the head areas are white. So that means she's very open to learn new things or to understand new things. Correct?
Correct. She's open spiritually to spiritual inspirations, dreams, visions. She's not real dogmatic about religion. You know, she might practice a religion, but she's not really tied to it. And the same thing with her mental thoughts. She is not closed-minded. She's open-minded.
Right. So emotionally, you mean, like, for example, if an event happens in her life right now, she can become very traumatic about it? Is that what you mean when you say emotional?
No, emotionality, we're starting to learn about emotionality. And this goes back to what you said earlier. You know, all the parents want their kids to be doctors and lawyers or something. And everybody else that's in the standardized, corporatized world wants the robots to not be emotional. They don't want women to menstruate. They don't want women to have an excuse not to go to work. They want them to take a pill and come to work. And they don't want emotions to get in the way. Take a pill and come to work. Come earn money in the capitalist system and pay some taxes. Well, that's not real smart because it doesn't fit everybody. And in the human race, in the old ways of the world, the way we practice life, when a woman was menstruating, we let her stay at home. We didn't require her to come to work. We want her to relax and rest. And it's the same thing with emotions. This chart on the left, this person is white and open. They don't have an emotional life. Their life is very neutral. They can go to work every day, and their emotions really aren't getting in the way.
Right, but that doesn't mean that they don't have any emotion.
To answer your question, because her triangle's colored in, she's really emotional. So, you know, she's got moods. And it would be really good for her not to go to work when she's in a bad mood.
Okay.
When she's not in a good mood, it would be better just to stay at home probably. But we live in a society that doesn't allow us to do that. So they make people like Sandra feel like they're wrong.